Today we have Dano Sayles from the beautifully perfect weather, except for right now. They're in a cold spell in the mid 60s. Dano Sayles is from Hawaii. And I do see that he's been, I guess, born in California and relocated to Hawaii. Is that correct?
That is correct. Shay and I moved to Hawaii 41 years ago and have been doing real estate full time ever since.
Yeah, so I went to Hawaii. I have visited Hawaii, and I said I wasn't coming home, and it looks like I should have stayed because although my weather is much better than Dwayne's, it is not the weather that you have in Hawaii. So you've been in the business though 40 years and
Yes,
40 plus years in Maui.
yeah, I have.
So, for all the listeners and viewers out there, let's back up a couple of steps and let's go back to the beginning before Dano entered real estate. Like what were you doing before real estate that made you want to get into real estate?
It was some form of real estate. I wasn't licensed in selling to other people, but I was buying homes in Southern California, fixing them up and flipping them back in the early 80s. And somebody on the crew was very insightful to me that was running it. Said, this will be the biggest advice I could ever give you. Don't go spend all your money on the weekends with all the other people that are working on the jobs. Save your money and invest in real estate. So I bought my first house in 79, my second in 81. And that's kind of how I started being interested in the business in itself, more from a construction standpoint than the representation of clients.
So, I was I don't know, six years old in 80. Not to go there, but I do remember as a child, though, seeing headlines, what headlines there were, and just hearing grown-ups and adults have conversations about real estate and economy and all these things of scale. Even today, being in real estate as much as I have been, we always are referring to these rates that we've gone through the last few years, and you saw some real rates. Am I not mistaken?
Yeah, the first house was 18%,
Oof.
was the interest rate.
It's amazing, amazing.
After that, it was Southern California wasn't quite as appealing to me any longer, and I knew that I wanted to start traveling. So some friends of mine, um, actually prior to buying that house, I traveled to Hawaii 50 years ago. 1976 was my first adventure out to the islands to look for waves and weather and women and whatever things you think in the paradise. And so at 18 years old, I found a place that I fell in love with.